Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Baloyi's blunder. And we all know that Ujadrota is gonna come through and be like, for in the interest of justice. But okay. In the interest of justice, Korasi is a thing. We know. Sorry, we know that. All right. The courts in my view, will definitely agree with Baloy, not because he's making sense, but because Rata already has his favorite line loaded. It is in the interest of justice. Translation of that is I've decided. Now let me pretend it's legal. Because that's what we do. That's the supper, that's the lunch break, that's the lunch, that's the bread, that's whatever. That's the breakfast, that's the lunch, that's the dinner that we eat in that culture. It's in the interest of justice. Interest of justice. Baloyi stepped into a court with a case not reference, right? That had nothing to do with what's happening. He quoted a judgment that was a minority, that was irrelevant and rejected by the majority for a reason. It was bad law, just like his submission. It was bad. It was bad law, just like his submission was. And Umnisi, Nxumalo dealt with him. Let me drink water quickly, please. Sorry. Umnisi Nxumalo dealt with him. They were like, I'll just tell you, local please. Say, don't you? Don't you dare. Umnisi literally had to remind him with the patience of a parent explaining homework that minority judgments are not binding. Baloyi still insisted on them. This is what happens when desperation wears a suit. Rather, he didn't even flinch because for him, Baloyi is equal to correct by default. His judicial compass only has two directions for the state against the defense. That's it. When a judge quotes interest of justice while ignoring the majority judgment and the constitution, that he actually means I'm going with my favorite child today. So we are going to see that, I suppose, today. Don't be shocked when it happens. This wasn't advocacy. It was jurisprudence. It was a legal car crash. But Baloyi's submissions were so dismal. The majority judgment was practically screaming to be used, but he went digging for the minority like someone searching for coins in a couch. The irony of it all, the minority judgment he quoted, it literally failed to persuade the rest of the bench, just like his arguments failed to persuade anyone today. Yeah, but now when they were doing those arguments, no one was persuaded, but we'll hear from Judge Rata, okay? As people and other people that have interest of justice in the real form of it, we were not persuaded. Like, what was that, sir? We were left asking questions of what was that? What was that? Of course, except for Judge Rata, who was already sold before he even opened his mouth, but we will hear from him today what exactly he's going to say. At this point, the Senzo Meyiwa trial is no longer a legal process. It is an endurance test, and the audience is suffering more than the accused. Because what is this? So today we are waiting for a court drama, but what we must realize is that the court drama has reached new heights as Advocate Baloyi. Wow, I could not believe my ears when he quoted irrelevant minority judgment, desperately trying to justify the state's position. And we know the first line that we are going to hear from Judge Rata is going to be, it is in the interest of justice. Whose justice? But here's the problem. The majority judgment rejected the very case Baloyi relied on. The law was clear, yet both Baloyi and Rata pushed ahead anyway. But Judge Rata, we will hear him today when he gives his ruling or judgment when it comes to this. Where exactly does he lie? But I don't trust him. I don't trust him. So that is what is always an issue for him. So we are always witnessing, in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, we are always witnessing legal disaster so spectacular. it deserves its own documentary. Advocate Baloyi is always marching in that courtroom with confidence and always walking out with an entire legal fraternity, questioning whether he even read any case laws or whether what he is doing, what is he doing? He the way he doesn't care. I'm sure they talk about him in the corridors of NPA the entire time. The entire time. The only thing that is making Baloyi sleep at night, if he does sleep, is because there is someone who's going to say, it is in the interest of justice. That's the only thing. But justice for who? Because what happened was not justice. It was legal gymnastics. What happening in that courtroom? Now, Baloyi with his minority meltdown. Let's start here. Baloyi chose to base his entire submission on a case that was, wait for it, a minority judgment. Not binding, not persuasive, not relevant. The majority judgment, the actual law rejected it. But Baloyi, armed with shaky confidence and bad citation, tried to convince the court otherwise. Really, sir? That desperate? And the Umnisi, no Nxumalo did a reality check, and then they came, they came in a moment where they were like, no, sir, no. Advocate Mnisi and Nxumalo calmly reminded him, like a teacher correcting a child, that minority judgments do not carry legal weight. Nxumalo and Mnisi, they did not shout, they did not grandstand, they simply said, that was a minority judgment, my lord. And the translation of that is one thing, Baloyi, you are misleading the court. And we already know the predictable intervention of Judge Ratta, almost on cue, whenever needed, stepped in with his well-rehearsed phrase. It is in the interest of justice. We want to hear him telling us that that's the rehearsed phrase. It is in the interest of justice. That's what we will hear from him. We've heard his line, that line, so many times. It should be printed out on the walls of that courtroom. It is in the interest of justice. But let's be honest, yesterday it wasn't about justice, it was about propping up a collapsing argument from the state. A collapsing narrative from the state. That the entire situation is a legal embarrassment. The core problem, when a judge endorses someone and rejects a precedent, when a prosecutor relies on case law that majority of judges found unconvincing, when the defense has to educate the state on basic legal hierarchy, that is no longer a fair trial. That's a stage performance. That is a stage performance. What happened yesterday exposes a deeper issue in the Senzomiwa trial. The state is scrambling, running out of credible arguments and dragging the court into legally questionable territory. Meanwhile, the defense is fighting both the prosecution and the bench, and that is not how justice works. So when Judge Ratta says it is in the interest of justice, remember this, justice is not a slogan. Justice is the law. And today the law might be ignored in broad daylight, as it usually is in that courtroom. The trial is no longer about the truth, it's about survival, and the cracks are showing, and no one can assist them. Nobody can assist. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.